recording. There we go. Hi there, Katie Stevenson with Norcom Mortgage. I am chatting this afternoon with my fellow chamber member Eric Feeney from Friends of Feeney, and we're having a Zoom call this afternoon to to just chat about what we have going on, particularly what Eric has going on and doing some good and being nice to other people and helping each other out. So we'll just kind of hop right in. And Eric, take it away and tell us about yourself and Friends of Feeney and all of that good stuff. So who are you?
Katie. Thanks, Katie, for
You are very welcome.
interviewing me. Let me be here. It's a great opportunity. I had a wonderful meeting when we first met in the summer over at Antonio's Pizza on the way home from camp. We met.
Yeah, just about a year.
I think you were my first chamber coffee, per se. So I'm good.
Beer and whiskey is better. So it's all good.
Yeah, and again, so thanks for the opportunity.
Of course.
I'm passionate, and I'm always excited to share my goals and missions about Friends of Feeney. Working with the chamber has been extremely beneficial. There's people like you that are just caring about the community.
Definitely.
And looking just to help out. And I love, even this morning, I'm giving my 30-second spiel, and you type in hashtag be a good friend. You do that every time I talk, and that means a lot. So thank you again for letting me be here.
Of course. Thanks
for your support.
Of course.
It means a lot.
Yeah, easy little things to be supportive. It's not, and Avi Smith Rappaport and I talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's not hard to be nice to other people, and it's not hard. And it's especially right now with what we have going on in the world. It's just, every once in a while, anything we can do to be nice and help each other out. So how did you, in addition to work, and you're a parent and you have a ton going on, so tell us how you kind of got started with Friends of Feeney and what you do. How did it all come about?
Yeah, it just started off small. I've been a teacher for 16 years. I taught 9 years in Waterbury and 7 years now in West Hartford.
Okay.
In my first year, when I was hired in West Hartford, one of my students, their dad passed away. And it was sad and unfortunate and unexpected and just heartbreaking. So I felt I had to do something, and we started a GoFundMe. And a GoFundMe, it raises money, but they take a portion of every donation, and then they tax the recipient. So I felt that kind of led me to thinking of, how can I get more for the recipient? And it led to Friends of Feeney, starting, the nonprofit, community-based, mostly helping West Hartford families. Still sometimes my connection to Waterbury, helping some families there. And like you said earlier, just being a good friend and doing what's best for others and helping as many people as you possibly can. So
I apologize. I'm just stepping away real quick. Keep talking. I have to shut my window. It's about to get loud outside my house. So keep talking. I'm listening.
You scared me. You went dark. Katie Stevenson. I'm talking to your name.
I am so sorry. I live in a condo complex, and I just heard a truck pull up, and I had to shut my window. I can't drown you out. So I am so sorry. That was very rude of me. So anyway, please continue about how you got started.
Yeah, and then the following year of my teaching career in West Hartford, a student's parent was murdered in Hartford.
Oh my gosh.
So it was like, I don't know, I was a new dad. My daughters were in kindergarten, and dads play an important role for a child. From a divorced family, so I didn't, I saw my dad once in a while, but I still got to see my dad, and I could not imagine not ever being able to see your dad ever again.
Yeah.
Where I had to step in and make sure that they had opportunities to go to camp or athletic camps or summer camps, or if they need clothing or something. So just helping as many people.
And just kind of like so first of all, with, it's difficult to lose a parent when you're an adult. That's hard enough as it is. But I agree. I can't possibly imagine what it's like to grow up and not have a parent around, and then being able to do things like some of the things you do with these groups of kids, like you send them to camp or sports camp, or take them to like a group of kids to hockey games. It's all excuse me, it's all stuff that you do with parents when you're a little kid. I remember so often going to sporting events. I have two brothers, so that's what we did, was we went to sporting events with our dad. So anyway, yeah. So
yeah, we were able to get a bus and bring children and families that would most likely go. We brought them to a Hartford Wolfpack game. That was great. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We sponsored 2 kids to Northwest Catholic football camp, 2 brothers. They happened to lose their father the day after the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
And, it's really word of mouth. Someone came to me and said, "Hey, Feeney, there's this family. They could use some assistance or a little pick-me-up." We helped them out. Currently, there's a police officer has cancer, and so their kids outgrew their bikes. So we, sent them bikes to have them. Riding bikes is a great way to get your mind off your mother being sick. So we want to make sure these 2 little boys had bikes. Currently, there's a family that had lost internet service and cell phone service. But with this at-home learning, you need the internet.
Yeah, definitely.
We helped out make sure that they can get their internet. So I helped them financially, because it's very important to be at-home learning. And it goes on. And then if you know anyone out there, if you know someone that needs assistance, please reach out. If you would like to make a donation to help people that need assistance, please reach out. Friends of Feeney has an Instagram page for you cool college kids, and if you have a Facebook page for us old people, so I do both avenues. Friends of Feeney website coming soon.
Nice.
Eric Lobkin.
Okay.
He's been
another chamber member.
Yeah. Feeney Talks with Friends podcast through David with Direct Line Media.
Oh, yeah. How is, if somebody wanted to listen to your podcast, how would one find that?
Yeah. So I've only taped 2 shows. We haven't put them out yet. I wanted to build a little collection of shows first.
Yeah.
But I had my first guest was Matt Dix. He's an author, famous author and teacher in West Hartford.
Okay.
And then my second guest was a camper that I had 22 years ago when I started my journey in education. He was,
oh my God.
LEAP is Leadership, Education, Athletics, and Partnership. I was a camp counselor. I was at Southern, and I lived in the Church Street South projects. Those are the projects across the street from the train station. If you ever taken the train from New Haven. And I worked with Reggie, and Reggie is his nickname is, I love this kid, his nickname's Chicken. So
Chicken. Okay.
We had a phone conversation because he is currently incarcerated. So we had a speakerphone just based on our relationship and how we're still in connection, and he still means a lot to me. And I'm very excited he got to share his story and how he's turned his life around, and he's going to be it's such a positive turn, and he had some learning curves, and he had, from a disadvantaged family, and just talked about having a positive role model. And his mother had substance abuse issues, which led to not liking school, and just how this LEAP program helped him. And it was very exciting, and I'm very excited to share my first 2 podcasts. I have a couple more lined up, and once I get those going, we'll share. That's going to be on the website.
Okay. Oh, cool. On the Friends of Feeney website, you'll drop in a link to the podcast, and people can listen as they get posted. Awesome.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
the great thing about Direct Line Media, it's also visual. So there's going to be videos, there's going to be pictures,
Nice.
photos. He does a great job. David knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Dave's a cool guy. Who, by the way, his wife Regina is a massage therapy student at the American Institute in West Hartford, and as part of her clinical practical hours, I've gotten, which I think is unfortunately on hold because of COVID, but I've gone to her for some de-stressing and some massages, and she's wonderful. So so on a kind of a random side note, we talked about earlier this morning at the Chamber Connections meeting about how we've all sort of become friends with each other, and we sort of take it, like, to me, I take a lot of it personally. I want to see Friends of Feeney be successful because I've gotten to know you and I like you, and it's the same thing with other people's businesses. I've gotten to know Dave over the years of networking with him, and now I know his wife, and I want her to be successful with being the massage therapist, and so it's all sort of interesting how we've all become so connected and so and care about each other and want each other to succeed as much as possible. I had a question and it escaped my head, and I'm sure I'll think of it.
While you think of your question, I just want to share my initial reaction to joining the chamber and how it was like the best move for Friends of Feeney. I'm surrounded by people that care about the community, and they know that we're trying to help the community, and I've felt nothing but supported, and just people reaching out to see how they can help me. The first meeting, felt so welcomed. Everyone lined up to talk to me. I felt like, oh my God, there's almost a line of like 10 people that want to meet me based on my little 30-second introduction.
Yeah.
And from then on, like you said, they go from associates to friends. And
totally.
I'm very friendly with you and David, Jason, the list goes on. The first time there, they were like, do you have a business card? I'm like, no. I'm ripping little pieces of paper, little pieces of paper, giving them my number and email. Then, luckily Stephen King Jr. And now I have like the best business cards, rounded edges. Did you point that out this morning?
Yeah. And so it's funny, as soon as I said that this morning, so Stephen King Jr. did our business cards for our new branch that we opened up in Plainville. So we ordered, there's a bunch of, 4 or 5 of us in that branch. We all needed new business cards. Excuse me. Excuse me. And I'll tickle my throat. So Stephen did the business cards for us. And I like how they have the rounded edges on them.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. It's a nice touch.
The list goes on. We have, hands down to this day, the best fundraiser that his Friends of Feeney has ever had. It was at Donut Crazy. Thanks to Irene. It was just a beautiful day with weather. It was well attended. The community was well involved, and everyone was supported, buying hoodies and t-shirts and donuts. I thought Irene was just going to give us a portion of the donuts that said Friends of Feeney or Be a Good Friend. She gave a portion of the entire day from 3 to 6. It was extremely generous and way more than I expected or thought. And I just couldn't be more thankful. We had celebrity servers from the chamber. Dave Pylon he's a friend now. He's always supported. He delivered a free pizza to me. It was awesome because he's doing the Mealy Team Pizza.
Oh yeah, with Joey's Pizza.
Joey's Pizza, and it felt great to be given a thing. It was like a sign of gratitude.
Yeah. It was great. So what are you touched on, and you reminded me of my question. You touched on the fundraiser that you did at Donut Crazy with Irene. What are some of the other fundraisers that you've done?
Yeah, we did the same thing. We did a celebrity server at Rita's on New Britain Avenue, the Italian ice place. That
Okay.
was last June. It's actually a year ago today. So
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Reminder. So funny. I might post that later. Facebook post and fundraiser. Wow. Let's think. That one, we did a Zahara dinner. I learned a hard lesson that day. Don't plan a dinner fundraiser on a Saturday in July.
Okay.
It wasn't too well attended, but we
Okay.
still raised a little bit.
Yeah, West Hartford definitely seems to empty out in July and August. People definitely, those are the 2 months that people tend to get out of town to go on vacation. So maybe
But
June or September.
Zahara said, anytime we want to come back, they're a great place. I actually taught Scott Miller's son, Simon, so we have a connection there. He's also, again, thoughtful, just cares about the community, willing to give back. So they're running a great business and also very community oriented. So it means a lot to have that happen. Right around the corner from Zahara, Sock Stars now.
Okay, yeah.
Chamber members.
Yeah.
Also a store that helps people with individual needs, which is near and dear to my heart because my wife was a special ed teacher for 10 years.
Okay.
And my wife is currently the director of assistive technology at the New England Assistive Technology. So it's owned by Oak Hill.
Yeah, yeah.
And she works and she helps everyone from birth to, as old, I usually say 4 to 94, but it's even before that. And how technology or to help people that have individual needs, if you're hearing impaired or visually impaired, or they'll set up their smart homes now.
I was gonna say
home, turn on the lights turn on, microwave, time, TV, anything is voice activated, locks, lights, shades. They're doing amazing things over there at NEAT. And so there's a connection with Sock Stars. And I go to Sock Stars and I meet them, and now we're going to have Friends of Feeney Be a Good Friend socks.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to get a pair of those.
You're first to know, and I want to go in public and tell everyone in 3 weeks, Friends of Feeney socks will be at Sock Stars. We're going to have a huge grand opening. I'm going to have a table where there's going to be pre-sales. So be on the lookout. They're a wonderful organization. They're nonprofit. And again, talk about caring for the community. They are all about community and helping those, regardless of your ability or disability. That company helps and supports.
So when is that? You said 3 weeks. Is that so? Sometime in the beginning of July.
Yeah. Mark it on your calendar. Put it in your iPhone. I know you'll be there, so I know you'll support. And I heard means a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not so much in the summer. I'm not when it's super hot out, not a big fan of socks and shoes, but I definitely need my pair for the fall, and I love cool and funky socks. So I'm excited that I have to go check them out now that everything is starting to kind of open up again, and we can all go in public.
We might drop a sneak peek on what they're going to look like, so be on the lookout either on Instagram or Facebook.
Cool.
But they're very stylish, Katie. You're going to
very cool. With your typical Friends of Feeney logo with the green.
Yep.
Cool. So if someone wanted, so once your website is up and running, will you have the links to so people can buy your merch?
Yep. We're going to have, number one, there will be a donate button. So please click that donate button hard, click it a lot. We're continuing to help children and families. Oh, another good fundraiser, now that I think of it, and speaking of clicking buttons, we American Eagle Financial Credit Union had a Cashback for Community program where quarterly they're giving out money to nonprofits. Mm-hmm. And there was over 100 nonprofits, and it went to a vote, and the top 3 vote getters got $6,800, so $6,800.
Wow!
thanks to all my friends and thanks to the chamber members and my coworkers at school and the people that I played basketball with at the JCC and all the friends from big to small, I want to thank you because we earned cash back for community.
Yeah.
And with that money, we set up a emergency request for support. So during the COVID, if you lost your job or you felt sick or something happened, we were there to support. And we helped
Nice.
10 families. We helped 10 families with that money. So thank you to the credit.
That's a lot of families. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people. What was that, like 35, 40 people that
Yeah.
out of all these 10 families that
Yeah.
that got a little bit of help.
Want to thank Mike Kent. Mike Kent's the manager over at American Eagle Financial Credit Union. Great guy. He turned into a friend. He nominated Friends of Feeney, so it was great. And then there were some really big nonprofits on there that I joked at. Gary Sinise Foundation for Veterans.
Yeah.
So that's Lieutenant Dan. That's Lieutenant Dan on Forrest Gump.
Yeah, and his Lieutenant Dan band.
Lieutenant Dan. So
yeah,
that means a lot. There were a lot of. There was an animal organization that won, and a Southington Educational Association that won, and then West Hartford-based community organization that was us, and
nice.
We were the first quarterly winners. It was great. So that was a great fundraiser. Rita's, the hoodies, t-shirt sales, hoodies. So that works. We're hopefully going to connect with Frida. Friends of Frida.
Oh, right. Okay.
Fantastic new Mexican restaurant on Britton Avenue.
And everybody who knows me knows that I love tacos because my thing is, when I say to people, let's get together, I'm like, let's have tacos. And everyone else says, let's have coffee. And everybody knows how much I love my tacos. So I have yet to go to Frida's, but it is absolutely on my list, and I'm gonna have to go.
Hello. If you like tacos, this is your place.
Yeah. So funny little story. I have a lunch date set up with Chris, the executive director of the chamber. His son Desmond, he's 10 or 11. They had gone maybe like a month and a half or so ago. They had gone over to the Noah Webster house, and we're kind of walking around outside. And Chris had posted this on Facebook, and said that, we can't wait to come back when it opens up again. And so I commented and I said, well, I want to go. I want to go hang out with Desmond. I want to go to the Noah Webster house. And then I want to go have tacos. So Chris goes, let's have tacos after. I said, well, only if Desmond is going to be there. So anyway, we're going to go at some point, hopefully soon when the Noah Webster house opens up. Hopefully we'll all be able to go there, chamber member, and then go over to Frida's and have some tacos. So anyway, that's that. If you're a grown up, so you have to stay home.
The
Sorry.
Rotary Club, I want to thank you again. I did 2 speaking engagements. You invited me when we met that first time. You invited me to speak at the Lions Club.
Yeah.
So that I want to thank you again. That was great. Made some great connections there.
Yeah, definitely.
I knew of. It was so cool that Joe Farrell.
Yeah.
I hope he listens to this. I want to shout out to Joe Farrell. He's a family friend. He grew up next to my grandmother.
Okay.
In Naugatuck, and I had a flashback to my childhood when I saw him, and he's a special neighbor to my grandmother, and I would go down there every weekend. So it was so cool to run into him 20 years later, maybe even more.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
To my mom, I took a picture with Joe and sent it to my mom. She's like, "Oh my God, tell Joe I said hi."
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Hi, Joe, and hope you're doing well, Joe, and I want to see you soon. Also, Barry Simon is the CEO and president of my wife's company. So where my wife works.
Yeah, over at Oak Hill.
Oak Hill.
Yeah.
Oak Hill owns Neat. That's where my wife works. So there was that connection. I knew Barry.
Yeah.
It was great. And then a lot of the line members, and Andy, Maria, they all came to the Donut Crazy. So again, those relationships were built. They thank you to you, and then
Yeah.
they came to the fundraiser. So
And it's just
and
all
I did
kind of all
another.
about
Oh, go
like
ahead.
it's all about like making connections and introducing people, and it's super easy to do, and it's created. And I'm certainly not by any stretch taking any credit, but it's easy to say, hey, this is so and so, and this is Eric, and and just kind of like the purpose of this is, hopefully hopeful like people will see this and watch this and learn a little bit more about Friends of Feeney and
Oh,
make connections. So I know we've been chatting for a little bit. So let's see. So once the Friends of Feeney website is launched, it seems like that's going to be kind of a go-to spot for people to donate, for people to buy merchandise, and to see what are some upcoming events that you guys are having. So one and have the links to your podcast. So it's going to be sort of a one-stop location to get all sorts of information. Do you have the website info yet? And it's the website is still in
oh,
development, or is the name of the
no,
website?
well, no, it's going to be either friendsoffeeney.com or friendsoffeeney.net, or possibly maybe, again, I'm a second grade teacher, not sure how that works, but maybe both of them will get you there. So
Gotcha. So it'll be
.net or .com.
okay, it'll be Friends of Feeney dot something, and you'll announce that on Facebook or you'll announce that on social media. I'm presuming once it's fully up and running and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, and Eric Lopkin has been, even given professional advice. He served on many boards, so he said the podcasting would be a great idea to, get your content out,
Yeah, definitely.
help, just like we're doing now. Just like,
Yeah,
again, I really appreciate this
of
conversation.
course, of
I
course.
would talk about my passion of helping people and my mission to making sure that, some of kids that don't have things that others do, to make sure that they will have the opportunities and, just to hopefully.
Make a difference and help somebody out. So in closing, what are I guess two things that popped into my head. So if somebody wanted to get involved and like, do you have board positions available? Do you have volunteer opportunities?
Yeah,
How, if somebody wanted to get involved and help Friends of Feeney, what are the sort of the best way? What would be the best way for somebody to do that?
excellent question. So glad you asked that, because we are always looking for support for, like if you want to donate, you could donate items,
Mm,
clothing, couches. We know families that can use furnishing some housing, their homes. But also, it's not about just always giving money, but giving some
mm,
time too. We
right.
can use a board of director. We would love to have someone that has like um, a financial background, a media background, and a budget. Well, budget and finance
Yeah,
together,
yeah,
knowledge there, um, and some media, because a lot of the texting, or excuse me, emailing, Facebook, Instagram are from me. And
yeah.
again, like you said earlier, I'm a second grade teacher. I'm a
Hmm.
father to twin girls who I love dearly. They're the directors of the decoration committee when it comes to our
Excellent,
when it
excellent.
comes to our parades. They help decorate the banners.
Which is very important.
We
Gotta
always,
decorate.
yep,
Gotta decorate nicely.
all of our floats are children, kid friendly, kid designed. That's
Hmm.
really where it started, the Park Road Parade.
Hmm.
That's where we used, initially, we used that avenue to help raise money for the first family. We
Nice.
marched in the Park Road Parade, we marched in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and then we
Hmm.
marched in the Memorial Day Parade. Memorial Day, we raised money for Wreaths Across America, because
Okay.
I wanted to give back, because I have a military background. I
Hmm.
wanted to give back to soldiers that served. On St. Patrick's Day, we raised money for Food Share. And recently, the most recent Park Road Parade, we raised money for, oh, that was food share, but for St. Patty's Day, we fundraised for the Bridge Family Center, excuse me.
Oh, nice, nice.
But both have been helping children and families in need in the West Hartford area for years. You know,
Sure. Do you have any upcoming fundraisers, or is everything kind of on hold for the time being?
yeah, it's tough with the I mean, I have boxes of hoodies, so if you want a hoodie, please contact me. They're $25.
Okay.
Pay on PayPal. There's that Facebook donate button. You can write a check. And again, all the money goes towards helping children and families that have.
Gotcha. So the best way right now, if somebody wants to donate or buy your merchandise, would be to search for Friends of Feeney on Facebook
Yes.
and Instagram. Okay.
And it's also the Gmail account. It's the email, friendsofeeny@gmail.com. You can contact me there. Yeah. Oh, can I humble brag about what was mentioned today at the?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh my God, the best part of the morning. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Woo.
Do you want to, or can I? Or,
no, you do it. It's all you. It's all you.
I was so ecstatic and honored, and it really energizes and gives us energy for our mission, and that we were named Nonprofit of the Year by the West Hartford Chamber of Commerce.
So, ooh, that's so exciting.
Yeah, West Hartford Chamber of Commerce. I can't thank you enough. They went from connections to friends. And Chris said that there were many votes for Friends of Feeney. So we just thank you. And we look forward to the virtual dinner next June 22nd. It's going to be hosted by the Pond House. Yeah, we're thrilled about the news. I told my board members will be attending. So shout out to Nancy, Chuck, Joanne, and Greg. Those are our current board members. And then again, thank you for asking. We are looking for a couple more.
Okay.
So if you are interested in being a board member, please reach out again on friendsofeeny@gmail or your Facebook or Instagram.
Sure.
But that honor, I mean, it inspires us to continue our mission, just helping people in the community. It feels great to be recognized.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very exciting.
Wonderful congratulations to all the other winners.
Yeah.
It meant a lot, and I'm glad. Thank you for letting me humble brag. So
yeah, of course, absolutely. You have to share your successes and have allow other people to celebrate that. So you've worked really hard at creating something that does a lot of good for other people. And you're so busy, and I know how hard teachers work. And how hard parents work. And I'm not either one of those because they're too difficult of jobs for me. But you work so hard in all of these other roles that you have. And on top of that, you run a charitable organization to help other people, and you put so many other people before yourself. So yeah, you have to share your successes. Absolutely. So
teaching is the best job in the world. It's not even a job; it's a lifestyle. I would not have it any other way. It's my passion. It brings me so much joy, but then there is some heartbreak. So that's where it all started with Friends of Feeney. I wanted to help children and families inside of the classroom and out. So here we are, absolutely. And then just helping people, and it means a lot. But again, absolutely. Super busy.
Yeah.
Teachers again, this at-home learning, it was fun. I was like, oh, I wonder how it would be to have that opportunity to work from home.
Yeah.
That got old and overrated within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I worked out a standing desk. I am now sitting on a towel. If you roll up a towel, sit on to help your back.
Okay.
I walk around sometimes. I'm always on my feet as a teacher, so sitting down was really hard to get used to.
Yeah, definitely.
And I miss going to school. I miss standing in front of the class, in front of my students, seeing them in person. It's totally different seeing them on a screen. especially for 7-year-olds. You know, it's difficult for both of us. You know, we like to do hands-on. We like to do group work. We do small group. We do whole group. Um, Teamwork.
There's something about, I mean, while technology is amazing, that technology has allowed the school year to continue to the extent that it has. Technology has really been amazing for that, but there's definitely something about being face to face with your students, because you wouldn't necessarily know if they were like experiencing a heartbreak or tragedy or something that they needed your help with, unless you see them face to face. There's just definitely, that's a big component of teaching and being involved in your students' lives. So being together face to face is definitely important, and I can't imagine how challenging that is to be away and have the social development and all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully in September.
I give the parents a lot of credit, because it really falls on a lot of the parents to juggle a job and to also help teach your child. I mean, I get a whole group twice a week, small group twice a week, and individual meeting twice a week. But, you know, that doesn't compare to the 6.5 hours all day that we would have if we were together.
Right. And it's so like, you can tell, let's say, a middle school student and a high school student, you can say to them, okay, go do your work, because they're older and they have reasoning skills. Whether they do it or not is a whole other issue, but you can say to an older student, go and do your work and then hand it in. This is your assignment and this is when it's due. Goodbye and go and do it. But you can't say that to us.
I'm so lucky my girls are in 6th grade. Perfect point that I don't know what they do. They get their work. They're super focused. They do it. They're doing science experiments about friction. They're funny that they sit in on their meetings. They have a guinea pig on their shoulder wearing a hat that they made out of construction paper.
Yeah,
the teachers are totally cool with it. So shout out to Bristol Middle School. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for my girls. They're still engaged. They definitely miss the social piece and they miss their friends. But a teacher from the top down, West Hartford has gone above and beyond. With their at-home learning plans, we get the week before we get day 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. It's there's links of a video to watch, worksheets to do. And they've done it for every grade, and it's amazing, because I know people in other districts that are the teachers on their own, and I couldn't imagine. And I couldn't imagine to try to see 18 7-year-olds and then also help 6th graders. So I just thank you, West Hartford. Thank you, parents. Thank you, teachers. You know, we pulled together, and you know, everyone says unprecedented times, but we pulled together, and you know, West Hartford was on it the week before. They were ready. So, and I guess I'll have to do another humble brag while I'm at it. My daughter won the 6th grade Rotary essay writing contest.
Oh, nice. What was her essay about?
And take a guess. What do you think she wrote about?
Oh, Franzafini.
It was so cool.
Get your dog in. Let's see your dog.
Barkley.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, come on. We're here in Embark. We need to see this.
We'll get Barkley.
We need to see this boy.
Let me finish bragging. Bridget read about Franzafini and how he helped the community, and how she talked about statistics of the poverty line and how it started and some fundraisers. Hey, and then my daughter Neela talked about my wife's job and how they help people with disabilities, and it meant a lot as parents, and we were very proud of them to share about their parents, and it meant a lot. All right, let's go get this guy.
All right.
Barkley. Come say hi to Katie.
Oh, Barkley.
Oh.
guys making all that noise?
Yeah, well, my wife's home, and he's such a mama's boy, so that's.
Oh, he's very excited. All right, Barkley's got to go see mom. Hi, good boy. Anyway, all right, we'll let Barkley go and go play. So thank you for humoring me on that. So, all right. So I've taken so much of your time now. I so much appreciate spending time to having you talk about Friends of Feeding and your experiences. So if somebody wants to donate or get in contact with you, it's they can find you at Friends of Feeny on Facebook and Instagram, and then friendsofeeny@gmail.com.
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Katie, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity.
Of course.
And I feel horrible that we didn't get to talk about the great work you do with mortgages.
Mortgages are boring. Anybody wants to buy a house, call me. Katie Stevenson, Norcom Mortgage, 860-490-4549. There you go. So that's it. Mortgages are boring. You're much more interesting. So thank you. I so much appreciate your time and all of the great work that you do. And I'm so excited about your award with the Chamber. It's very, very well deserved.
Thank you so much, Katie. And I had a wonderful chat with you. And let's do this. Hopefully, I know you're going to return the favor and come on my
yes,
Talk with Friends.
Absolutely. Let me know. We'll set it up and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. Well, you are a good friend, so I appreciate all your work and thank you for letting me chat. And
of course,
continue this partnership down the road. All right.
Absolutely. All right. So we will end here. So thank you, everyone.